Wow. Now that's a redfish right there.
That boy might measure.
Whoa. Look at that face. That's how they look when they made a mistake. Captain Rick Murphy, and thank you for tuning in to Sportsman's Adventure this week. Now this week we're going to be up in the Port Charlotte, Boca Grande area, fishing with a good buddy of mine and no stranger to Sportsman's Adventures, Captain Jeff Page. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting out of the boat. It's December, very cold, wearing waders, and Jeffrey really loves to fish the very, very shallow bowls, or big giant potholes as they would refer to them over on the West Coast. Wow. Now how we're going to be approaching these bowls is we're getting out of the boat, wading, dragging the boat behind us, and we're looking for big giant schools of mullet. And once we find those mullet, we're going to attack them with Rapalas. Now Rapala has designed a series of lures that work in a variety of different ways. The two lures that we've picked this week are topwater, which is the skitter walk. And the reason why we like that is because we're fishing in about 3 feet of water. All right, now, also what we're going to be using is the twitch and wrap. Chartreuse really seems to work well when you have a tannic type of bottom or a dark brown type of bottom. Bright colors work very well in this particular situation. So what we're doing is we're using these top waters to locate the fish. Sometimes the snook, the redfish, the trout, they blow up on it and miss it. Then I might come right in behind Jeffrey if he's using the top water, and I'll throw a chartreuse colored twitch and wrap. And the idea behind the twitch and wrap is it's a suspending type of bait. And I walk the dog under the surface while he's walking the dog on the surface. All right, dogs, thanks for tuning in, and roll the tape, and let's see if you like what we got in store for you this week on Sportsman's Adventures.
There it is.
What you got,
chartreuse twitch and wrap, Rick.
Oh, that's a nice fish. That's a nice fish.
I mean, just what you said. I was letting it pause.
They hit it on between the switches.
Socked it.
That's why they call it that. What is it?
I think I just upgraded the snook.
Uh-oh.
And you know what? It ain't December 15th yet.
Uh-oh.
We might have some snook dinner for you and me and Mama.
We're going to introduce this snook to some olive oil, peanut oil.
What's your favorite way to cook snook?
Oh, it's a redfish.
No, it's a snook, Rick. I saw him. I called the jack wrong, but I ain't calling this one wrong.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
Not all snook jump. You know that.
I know. It is a snooky. Big snooky.
I know.
Ho-ho!
That's dinner right there.
That's what the twitch and wrap will do for you right there.
I'm staying with this twitch and wrap all day long.
Boy, that is a nice fish.
Look at that nice snook. Ricky, he hit it just like you said they would. I was pausing, and it was boom.
Wow. Don't you move that. Don't do that now. Hey, man, that's your first fish on the twitch and wrap, isn't it?
That was like my 4th cast with twitch and wrap.
That's a great new plug. Yarmo Rapala. And I spent 2 years, along with Ron and Chris Houston, to design this lure. And the whole idea is that if it's not a top water situation, you go to this next body of water, and this is the twitch and wrap.
Mid-range.
This is what it does. This is a 5-inch or half a foot
to a foot
to 2.5 feet.
Oh, okay.
Then you go to the X-wrap
to get down deeper.
That's a 3-foot bait to 6 foot. That's the one with the lip.
Don't let him go.
All right. Did you say you want to take this one home?
Yeah.
Well, let's take him home. I can walk right over to that boat. No problem. Which cooler you want me to put him in? We got no problem around here at Sportsman's Adventures introducing
That's it, especially on December 15th. It's closing season.
Today's the 15th or the 14th?
Today, I think, is the 13th.
Today is the 14th.
So we got one more day.
Yeah.
Nice, Ricky.
I've got somebody.
Hey, tell me this. Is there a chartreuse twitching wrap?
Yeah, chartreuse and white.
I definitely want to try it.
All right. Uh-oh.
That might be a better Johnny.
It's a big redfish.
You think?
Yeah. I just saw him.
I have caught 3 redfish in this little bowl here.
I just saw him. Now you're talking. I love catching them on the jerk bait.
Hey, we've caught them on jerk bait, we've caught them on twitching wrap, we've caught them on top water.
Yeah. Yarmo Rappler, where are you right now, buddy?
Oh. Nice.
Oh my God. That went through my leg.
Can I teach you something about wading? Keep your legs together. I didn't give you that tip this morning. Keep your legs together wading. That's another tournament module there.
Yeah, it is.
You got to show me how to use that twitching wrap.
I'll show you.
You've been bragging about that thing to me for a while.
Man, look how beautiful this redfish's pecs are. Uh-oh, I hear the sound of a drag. There he is. Put him in the water for a second. I hear your dragger calling.
I'd like to help you unhook that, Rick.
But you a little busy?
But we got a bite going on here down in Charlotte Harbor. You know what, Rick? This is what artificial lure fishing's all about.
Yeah, it is. Jeffrey!
Remember what you used to tell me? Quit jacking them.
Quit jacking them, just stay connected. There he goes. There it is, the new one. What do you got? Oh!
Rojo.
Senor. Can a man get a redfish?
Can a man get a bite?
Yeah. That's a Ron Houston made that saying famous, didn't he?
Ron Houston got a piece of this 2 weeks ago. He was here. Could you imagine if we'd had him here with us today?
Oh, no.
But he's here with us.
Yeah, he is.
Ronnie's always with me and you.
Yep. What a great guy. Great fisherman. Great guy.
He'd give you his right arm.
Yeah, he would. Looking good.
Look at that pretty Rojo.
That's a beautiful one.
You know what? Until this year, I never used to use chartreuse.
Is that right?
Never.
I guess I didn't teach you that, did I?
No, you know who really got me going on that chartreuse RT slug was the Aussie mate, Warren Girl.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. And now, it's hard to put it down.
Stay connected, Jeffrey!
This is a stud.
Stay connected!
Made a believer out of me.
Sportsman's Adventures is brought to you by Florida, the fishing capital of the world. Yamaha, when you want the best. Rapala, your best shot at a world record. Rapala Line, premium fishing line crafted from experience. Maverick, fish the legend. Minn Kota, anywhere, anytime. Humminbird, simply, clearly, better.
Florida is the fishing capital of the world, hosting more than 3 million anglers per year. To maintain healthy fish populations, anglers are responsible for fishing legally. That means you must measure fish regulated by total length from the forward point of the head to the farthest tip while pinching the tail. Fork-length fish are measured to the rear center edge or V of the tail. Visit myfwc.com for more information.
Yamaha 4-strokes. Reliable performance. A turn of the key, a touch of the throttle, and you know what to expect. Power, performance, and handling that are undeniably Yamaha. With a 4-stroke lineup that ranges from 2.5 horsepower all the way up to an ocean-conquering 250 horses. Everyone is clean, quiet, fuel-efficient, feature-packed, and marine-inspired. Yamaha 4-strokes. Just turn the key and go. Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
You know, I fish all over the world and over 300 days a year on the water. And as a matter of fact, I spend more time on the water than on dry land. If it swims in salt water, I catch it. Out here, where the fish are big and mean, your lures really take a beating. To survive, they must be tougher than the fish yourself. Backcountry to blue water, my choice in lures is simple. All over the world, big fish eat little fish that swim like a rapala.
It takes a little more to make it out here. It's about guts, standing up to the elements, and quietly doing the job when others have long gone home. It takes Riptide, the toughest, most corrosion-resistant trolling motor ever built. When your reputation's on the line, hang it on Riptide, only from Minn Kota.
I've been fishing all my life and seen some pretty cool things on the water. I've seen 180-pound tarpon jump in my boat. I've seen giant snook slam live bait, and I've also seen super shallow redfish I can easily pull to. I've seen a lot, and a lot has changed except my boat builder, Maverick Boat Company. Make no mistake about it, Maverick makes the best technical poling skiffs, high-speed backcountry skiffs, and bay boats in the world.
Use Maverick or Pathfinder, #1 for a reason. Captain Jeffrey Page is called Mr. Artificial. Well, that's because that's the way he loves to fish. Growing up in nearby Venice, Jeffrey has spent a lifetime fishing the back bays of Charlotte Harbor and Boca Grande. Jeffrey and Rick are longtime friends and regularly meet to fish against each other in the professional redfish tournament circuit. But today, they share a fine day wading the wintertime flats near the famed Boca Grande Pass.
Once I find them. Oh! Big snook! You got it?
Stay connected, Jeffrey!
This is a stud!
Stay
Rick, you made a
connected!
believer out of me out of these twitching wraps.
Stay connected!
Remember when I was telling you I wanted you to go fly fishing?
Yeah.
Up on that shelf?
Yep.
I didn't even twitch the twitching wrap.
No?
It sank and he socked it. I love the sound of braid going through the guides. Yeah. I tell you, Mr. Murphy, we have us some days fishing together.
Yeah, we do. Even when we're practice fishing. Dang. Look at here.
I'm telling you, bro.
Look at here.
The day before snook season closes.
Yeah, it is the 14th. Today's the 14th. Yes, sir?
And we're going to have us some filet.
Filet gumbo.
And what's your favorite way to cook snook? You were telling me earlier, and we got interrupted.
I take a little bit of olive oil, rub on each side of the fillet.
Okay. Because I'm going to tell Renee this.
Before I start doing anything, I go out and I light the grill and get the grill hot.
Okay.
Now, I take some Italian breadcrumbs and put in a Ziploc bag with a little bit of complete seasoning or whatever kind of seasoning you like. All right. Then I take the fillet and I cut the fillet so that it's maybe in thirds, so the pieces aren't so fat. You keep, the thickness down to a minimum so it cooks pretty evenly. Roll it around inside the Ziploc bag, cover it. The olive oil makes the stuff stick. Then you go out to the grill, and what'll happen is the breadcrumbs won't catch fire. So those oil or the juices are dripping down in there. It won't catch fire, which is cool. So you get it real hot and it kind of almost like bakes the fish, and with that Italian breadcrumbs, that's a big redfish. Oh. What a monster.
He came up and shook his head like a snook when he ate it.
Wow.
I'll tell you, Rick, You made a believer on me on these twitching wraps.
Yeah. Well, be easy. Those are not extra heavy-duty hooks.
You mean to tell me they're freshwater hooks?
No, I don't know if they're freshwater. I'm going to undo you up here on the front in case you need to run to the back, Jeff.
No, I'm all right.
All right?
I'm all right.
Oh, he's right here. Oh. Ooh. Oh. I'm with you. Oh! Naranja, Senor Rojo!
That might be too big for,
Wow! Now that's a redfish right
what?
there!
That boy might measure.
Whoa! Jeffrey, that's a nice fish. Let's let that one go. We might need that one this summer when the redfish tour comes back to Port Charlotte.
I believe he might get too big by summer.
Yeah, I hope
He's
not.
perfect right now.
Yeah, he is. Hold it one more time. Oh!
Look at the shoulders.
Yeah,
Notice how they get a different color in the wintertime?
Yeah. Get blue on their tail.
Yeah, and they get
You know
that
why?
kind of pinkish in their scales.
You know why they get that blue on their tail?
No, I've never known.
Because if your butt was in this water as cold as it is, it'd turn blue too. Without those waders. All right, here he goes. Let him go. Monster redfish, big smoke. What more can you catch on
You
that?
know what we haven't got yet? A big trout on the twitching wrap yet.
Well, it's only because he hadn't seen it. It's only because
What kind of weight is that lure, Rick?
All right, the way we did is this was originally the shad wrap,
Okay.
and it had a lip on it.
I know it.
And I told Yarmo, I said, I need a bait that's gonna swim without a lip. I said, because the lip, so many times we're having to modify the lip for the depth of water. So we took the lip off and we put lead. That weight transfer system is in here. So it's weighted so that it's weighted forward, so that it sits there and suspends.
Drop it in the
And
water.
because of salt water, as it gets down, the sink rate starts to slow because of the buoyancy of salt water.
Look at the level sink, too.
Now let me show you for a second how you work this. There's 4 different ways you can work this.
Here.
All right,
Okay,
it's
you're
all
clear. You're clear.
You can throw it out, all right, and you can twitch it with the rod tip down. And what that does is it basically walks the dog under the
Underwater.
surface. Now when it's ultra shallow, Jeffrey, you can throw it out, hold the rod tip up, and now it flashes like those mullets. You know how mullet will roll? The lure
Like a big
actually
pilchard.
rolls.
Even like
Yeah.
a big pilchard on top of the water.
Exactly, rod tip up. Now you can swim it in real shallow water.
Okay.
The other way, throw it out. This is the way the kudas like it. And reel it, just steady,
Like a spoon.
right? Exactly. See, it's got its own little tight little swimming action.
Yeah.
And then the 4th way
This is the way I was just doing it. Just let it sink.
is to let it sink
And
and
sit.
go. Oh, I had a bite. I had a bite right there.
Come on, give me my twitching wrap back.
You got it. That's the part right there that makes Jimmy Houston go nuts. I'm gonna take these fish, put them in Lake Tenkiller.
This Conservation Minute is brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Light tackle fishing is great, but if you're gonna release that fish, make sure you use heavy enough tackle in order to land that fish quickly. That way this fish will recover quickly and will have a much greater chance for survival. After you catch a fish, try to leave the fish in the water and use your pliers or a de-hooking device to remove the hook. Don't hurt the fish by sticking your pliers down the fish's throat or gills. If the fish is hook deep, just cut the line as close to the hook as possible and let the fish go. If you do have to take the fish out of the water, pick him up, hold him horizontally so that you won't damage his internal organs. Revive a tired fish by holding him in the water horizontally, moving him forward with his mouth open, which will allow the water to flow over his gills. Artificial lures with barbless hooks can prevent gut hooking the fish. If you use live bait, be sure to use a non-offset barbless circle hook. Try to take care of your fish, keep him in the water, and let him go as soon as possible.
Contender boats. Take it to the limit. Wherever you find fishing tournament winners, you'll find contender boat owners. First to the fishing grounds, first to the winner's circle. When you look for strength, versatility, and ocean ability, you find contender boats. Hand-built, one by one, each and every one. Contender Boats is proud to introduce its new 23 Tournament Edition, the latest in true mid-sized offshore fishing rigs. Contender is committed to providing outstanding quality and performance. Nothing else delivers. Expect the most. Contender Boats.
Yamaha's Big Block V6 4-strokes. Everything you want when you're miles offshore. Everything and more. Up to 250 ocean-conquering horses. More than enough top-end muscle to move the big boats. Yamaha turn-the-key reliability translates to confident starts, quiet, clean-burning performance, smooth, powerful acceleration, and cruise all-day fuel efficiency. Yamaha. Reliability starts here.
Every second on the water is critical. So to get to the fish fast, I rely on Humminbird. Humminbird's exclusive side imaging sonar shows me picture-like images of bait fish, schools, channel drop-offs, wrecks, and other structure. Navigation is easy and accurate with Humminbird's advanced 16-channel GPS and optional Navionics Platinum charts. Finding fish or finding my way, Humminbird is simply, clearly better.
Wouldn't it be great if you could snap on a lure and just go fishing with something that looks like and, more importantly, swims like the real thing? With lures that come pre-rigged with the best components available, with baits designed by people who fish all over the world. But most importantly, you tie these on your line, you're going to catch some fish.
Hey Roland, what gives you total boat control?
The power pole.
And Shaw, what gives you the edge on wary fish?
There's no other tool quite like a power pole.
The power pole stops your boat when you want and where you want in up to 8 feet of water without spooking the fish. Hey Brian and Greg, how have you guys won so many redfish tournaments?
Without a power pole, it'd be hard to do.
And Captain Rick, what gives you total boat control in winning all of your tournaments?
For total boat control, get the power pole. I've been fishing all my life and seen some pretty cool things on the water. I've seen 180-pound tarpon jump in my boat. I've seen giant snook slam live bait, and I've also seen super shallow redfish I can easily pull to. I've seen a lot, and a lot has changed except my boat builder, Maverick Boat Company. Make no mistake about it, Maverick makes the best technical polling skiffs, high-speed backcountry skiffs, and bay boats in the world.
Use Maverick or Pathfinder, #1 for a reason.
I'm telling you,
wrap.
Rick, you made a believer out of me.
You know, I mean, they're talking about from a half a foot to 2.5 feet.
I've never been much on the suspension bait. How about that? And he's not happy.
It's Dave Farrell fish.
He's
not happy.
And he's not happy about it.
Yeah.
You got to get Farrell out on a bite like this.
He can't fish in anything 100 feet of water, man.
Yeah, but you remember what he said?
What's that?
When we did outside the line, he said, my idea of fishing is get on a flat at home and cast to some redfish, twitch and wrap back out. This is nothing but a straight up snook bite.
There he is.
You think there's a snook in here?
Yeah, okay. There's a couple snookies in here. That's the part right there that makes Jimmy Houston go nuts. I'm gonna take these fish and put them in Lake 10 Killer, he'd say right now.
What?
Yeah. He loves it when they do that walking on the surface like a bass. It makes him go crazy. The only difference is they're 15 and 18 pounds. There he was.
We got a snook bite. You see them? They don't shake them very often, do they?
Nope.
That's the first one to spit one. We've had one break us.
He went through the leader. That's not his fault.
No, you know what it was? He had the thing so deep.
Chewed through the leader.
Every cast now. I think I got my trout, Ricky. You know, if this is a trout, I've caught a slam on twitch and wrap.
Wow.
Oh yeah, there's my twitching wrap slam. That completes it. Richard.
Yes, sir?
There's my twitching wrap slam.
Good for you, Jeffrey.
What do you need to finish your twitching wrap slam?
I got it.
Look at that.
I got a little redfish, I had a trout, and then this is the snook right here.
That's it. We've slammed on jerkbait. We've slammed on twitching wrap. We might have to get the skeeter going in honor of Uncle Ron Houston.
Now, I'm putting on the clinic. There it is. 4 casts, and that is the slam on the twitching wrap. Trout, redfish, and a snook. There it is. Keep the tape rolling, folks. You just never know what could come next. Johnny, senior trout. Well, thanks for tuning in to Sportsman's Adventures this week, and I gotta tell you, the one thing that I want you to take home with you whenever you get ready to go back out on the water, consider this, that a lot of times the winter time, because the water temperatures get very cold, people think that you can't catch fish on artificial. The fish get real lethargic, and I want you to know that's really not true. Whenever you have clear bluebird days and you get lots of shallow water where it's warmed up and it drops down into big potholes, it's gonna really turn the fish on. So get out there, try those artificials. Maybe it'll be a Rapala. That's definitely my choice and one of my favorite ways to fish for snook and redfish and trout.